Good. Okay. Good evening. We're going to start the October 20th, 2025, 7 p.m. regular board meeting to order. Secretary, call the roll, please.
Names. Valencia.
Here.
Cefuentes.
Here.
Reyes.
Here.
Lache.
Here.
Olivas.
Here.
Moreno. Absent. Johnson.
Here. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, before we move on to public comment, I wanted to just take a few moments of silence for the passing of one of our own, Brandon Malm. Okay, we'll move on to public comment. In order to have signed, to speak at the board meeting, you would have had to sign in before 7 p.m., respect the 3-minute time limit, respect the confidentiality of students and staff, and keep comments appropriate. Dr. Vincent Gaddis.
Good evening. Over the last couple of months, we have been here at this board meeting dealing with the issue of board member Reyes and public comments that she had made or comments that became public. The board responded with an open letter. Each member of the board spoke. You were here, you know that, right? At that last board meeting, a offer was made to meet with board member Reyes with several community leaders to discuss the issue at hand of her comments and ways to move forward. And so I am here tonight to report that that meeting did happen. And Juan was there, or I'm sorry, Mr. Cifuentes was there, along with board member Reyes and several of the community leaders. At that meeting, a really important thing happened, right? We listened to each other. And another important thing happened, which is that we took a step forward. And we probably did what is probably the most difficult part of the journey. Is not the first step, because there's all the pressure, all the, to take the first step. The second step, which was we're going to meet again, come up with priorities. Board member Reyes is coming to us with things that she wants to accomplish. And this is what we've all wanted all along, is that we've got to find ways to not only communicate, but we've got to find pathways to cooperate. We've got to find pathways to bring communities together. And so I am cautiously optimistic, trust but verify, but we are cautiously optimistic because it took courage for you to meet with us. It takes courage to say, I apologize, I was wrong, let's move forward. That takes courage. And so I'm here tonight to report to you, to everyone else, to the community, that this was not just people came, things were read, and that's it, and it goes away under some rug somewhere. There is real movement happening, and we are grateful that you are willing to take these steps with us to make District 131 better for all students. So thank you.
All right, we'll move on to communications from the superintendent, Dr. Halverson.
Sure. Thank you, Board President Cifuentes. First, this evening, we have in her first kind of speech to the board here and to the community, we have Elizabeth Corral, who's one of our student board members for the 2025-2026 school year. So let's give Elizabeth a warm round of applause as she comes up to talk to us this evening.
Good evening. Firstly, I'd like to thank the board for granting me the opportunity to speak for the East Aurora community. Today, I'd like to shed light on the activities from the last 2 weeks. We had parent-teacher conferences on the 9th and the 10th. Attendance was lower than in other years, but we also had virtual meetings, so that may account for that. Those meetings are available for those 2 days and for future dates. So overall, it went great. We even had student volunteers help with translating for non-English speaking families at the high school and younger levels. There was also cider and donuts available for purchase for the families. Along with the 2 days off for conferences, we also had Monday off for Indigenous Peoples Day, which made it a 5-day weekend. This time off allowed students to catch up on their work and or relax as our quarter comes to an end in 2 days. Last Wednesday, we had our very successful college fair. 81 colleges and universities were present and were helped out by our student volunteers with setting up and directed on where to go. The 1,000+ students who attended the fair, whether with the class or individually, had the chance to get to know their potential future schools and learn of new possibilities. Our seniors had the opportunity to learn more about the admissions process as application deadlines approach closer and closer. Last Thursday, our NHS program held an induction ceremony for its newest members. About 45 students were welcomed, along with their families and peers. They got to celebrate their accomplishment with traditional candle lighting and a variety of refreshments. And last week's highlight has got to be our rivalry with West Aurora, along with our varsity football game on Friday, which was another pink out for breast cancer awareness. We also had a coat drive going on between the two schools to see who could donate the most. The schools partnered up with Maddie's Mitten March to provide the winter clothing for those in need. Our longtime rivalry with our sister school across the river will continue on in future sporting events and activities. It's an honor to be able to stand here as a representative of the East Aurora student body. Thank you for your time.
Next, I'm going to turn it over to Miss Brittany Walker because we have a recognition this evening. So Miss Walker, if you could come up, thank you.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Each year, the College Board recognizes students across the nation who demonstrate exceptional achievement in their advanced placement exams. These honors are awarded at several levels, beginning with the General AP Scholar designation, which is given to students who score a 3 or higher in 3 or more AP exams. The next level of recognition is AP Scholar with distinction. This is a highly selective honor awarded to students who not only take multiple AP exams, but who also earn an average score of at least 3.5 on all exams taken and scores of a 3 or higher on 5 or more exams. There's math in there somewhere. For the spring 2025 AP exams that just took place back in May-ish, East Aurora High School had an impressive 139 students recognized as AP Scholars. Of those 139, 17 students earned an average score of 3.95 as AP Scholars with distinction. More math is coming. Out of those 17 students, 8 were members of the class of 2025. The remaining 9 are current seniors at East Aurora High School, and they're very, very busy students. So we have 3 students that we're going to recognize here this evening, and then I'll mention the names of the others. So here with us today, we have who we just heard from, Elizabeth Corral Moreno. Please come up. Here, please. Next, Yoram Horta. And Giancarlo Ledesma. The additional students that could not be present today are Jasmine Pina, our other student member of the board, Zion Laliwala, Jose Arendando, Mateos Ramirez, Giselle Zaragoza, and Diego Gonzalez Trejo. So please give all students a round of applause while we take our group picture with the board.
Next, for comments from the superintendent, I've got quite a few this evening, so I'll try and go through them pretty quickly here. We've got quite a few exciting events coming up. We have our Parent University on November 8th. We are excited to have Victor Gomez, the 2025 Illinois Teacher of the Year, as our keynote speaker for that event. In addition, we'll have sessions on financial literacy, special education processes, online safety, yoga and mindfulness, and other sessions as well. Sessions will be provided in both English and Spanish. Childcare is available, and we're going to have it right there at the high school this year, so we won't have it at gates. So parents, please bring your children with. We'll have high quality childcare for you as well. And we also have breakfast and lunch provided for all attendees. So we'll make sure to get more information out. Board of Education, if you're available, that's another great day to come out and see our community. It's November 8th on a Saturday, pretty much all morning long there, and it goes right till about 12:30 or so. Next, I wanted a quick plug for Skyward. So we've moved to Skyward with our transition to Skyward due to our partnership with Bloom Township Trustees of Schools. We have a new financial platform. We've been preparing for this transition for over 10 months. Even with all of this preparation, we did have 0.02% of our staff who had issues with their ACH deposits due to processing errors with the platform. So we put in a ton of work, had a lot of professional development ongoing. However, with the ACH deposits, we had 0.02% or roughly about 40 staff members who we had some issues with payment there. And I just wanted to put that out there publicly, but also put out there publicly a big thank you to the finance and payroll team in collaboration with the union leadership. They developed and implemented a quick plan to make sure we got paper checks or ACH deposits to all stakeholders within 24 hours of the processing error. I'm thankful for the hard work of the team and for the problem-solving approach. Specifically, Becky Royro, the union president, collaborated with our finance department there, and Mr. Daniel Ulrich drove himself all the way to the South Burbs to pick up a lot of those checks. So we're just thankful that we were able to get those out to our staff in real time. We know that the current situation financially in the United States is we're up against it a little bit financially there, and we wanted to make sure that we could get all of the financial resources to all of our hardworking staff in a period of time there. So I wanted to acknowledge that we did have a little bit of a misstep, but we took some steps to correct that right away. Next, we have our pre-ACT this week for our high school. So all of our students who are in grades 9, 10, 11 will be taking the pre-ACT this week at the high school. So I wanted to make sure that we were aware of that. Another exciting thing as it relates to our high school is we have the first annual City of Aurora Illuminate Career Pathways event for 9th grade students from East and West Aurora High Schools and Batavia and Caneland High Schools as well. It's this Friday, October 24th, 2025 at Wabansie Community College at the Sugar Grove campus. It'll include community employer partners that are excited to speak to our young people about the career pathways within their industry and provide students with an interactive display or a hands-on demonstration. This is not the traditional college and career fair. There will be a lot of hands-on. I'm excited that all of our freshmen in East Aurora will be having an opportunity to attend this Friday. In addition, next Friday, October 31st, is our half-day SIP day. That's our school improvement day for professional learning for all of our staff. We're excited to focus on strengthening our core instruction, building our knowledge of restorative practices, and developing our skills to provide equitable learning environments for all students. One more thing is we have the Great Reading Tournament. This is something we took part in last year. The Great Reading Tournament is happening again this year from November 1st to November 23rd. It's a reading tournament with online books in English and Spanish. All kindergarten through 8th grade students are invited to participate. The competition is international, and last year, Waldo Middle School was recognized by 311 Literacy for their participation. Please encourage all of our students to read and take part in this event. And then finally, I have one more piece of information I'd like to discuss. I'd just like to, first of all, say thank you to the leaders in the community for bringing forward the concern that was brought forward to us over the past months here, not only with the comments made by Board Member Reyes, but also just uncovering some unconscious bias and potential opportunities for us to improve as a district. We've taken your feedback and implemented steps to address this from the district perspective. So I know the board spoke to it last meeting. I wanted to make sure I had the opportunity to speak to it as superintendent today. We've had ongoing meetings with community leaders. They've been invaluable in identifying areas for continued growth. We had some more of those meetings today with Ms. Theodia Gillespie, Dr. Peggy Hicks, Ms. Cynthia Lattimore, Mr. Michael Childress, myself, John Simpson, and Board President Cifuentes. And we had a really good meeting today to talk about our next steps. And I'm excited about the opportunity we have together to come together with this. And I want to be sure that it is not just something that is words, but is actions for sure. So I want to talk a little bit about the steps we've taken so far and the things we're going to continue to do. We have developed a culture and climate core competency team to address this purpose for the district. And it wasn't just people on the executive cabinet. We looked for various individuals, various stakeholders throughout all departments. So we looked for office professionals, we looked for teachers, we looked for administrators that are all races, ethnicities, sexes, to make sure we had representation to hear about the experiences we've had. The purpose of this group, and we've met 3 times so far, was to strengthen cultural sensitivity and inclusivity in our schools in order to improve our district climate. Our goal is to design a program that addresses the real needs of our students and staff while fostering a culture of respect, equity, and belonging. To date, this team has met 3 times, and a lot of the initial meetings were just us talking about our experiences in District 131, talking about some of the student experiences, and then we had homework. Any good educator always gives homework to the people they're working with, so we had some homework to go out and talk with various stakeholders to gather feedback as well. Like I said, it's comprised of various stakeholders, and this is something that's going to be ongoing for the remainder of this year and provide us the opportunity to really assess where we're at and take the actionable steps to move forward with that as well. Over the 3 meetings so far, the team has worked to develop a common understanding of the complexity of culture, and we used an iceberg comparison. The iceberg is not something new, but actually Miss Brittany Walker kind of put the iceberg together for us to talk about our current realities and what we can see above the water, and also some of the things underneath the water that could be occurring with implicit or unconscious bias and some of those things as well. The team has also discussed the District 131 history and lived experiences which contribute to the district's current climate. So we wanted to make sure climate and culture. So we wanted to make sure we could talk about the culture, talk about the lived experiences, look at some of the historical data as it pertains to student groups as a whole, different populations, different segments of the student group. So we've started to dive into that. In addition, the team discussed the 131 student experience, both positive and negative, along with areas for continued improvement as a district. So these are some of the initial steps we've taken so far. Moving forward, we've got some ongoing professional development focused on relationship building, cultural competency, and restorative practices. In addition, we've got administration who will continue to complete a 3-part series in the fall and the winter to focus on some of these things as well, so we can be administrative leaders with that. We're going to have a series for staff to participate in. And we also have some anti-racism training. This is required by the State Board of Education. It's required to be implemented by June 30th of 2025. 2026. We're going to step that up and do it sooner to make sure we implement that in real time. It's through the Global Compliance Network, but it is very, it provides a full scope for us for sure. It's about 90 minutes. It has an assessment at the end of it, so we can make sure. Those are some of our initial steps. We also have some increased DCFS reporter training that's occurred through our Global Compliance Network. And we're also working with the high school to gather student input through their CATS, or Culturally Aware Teens group. And this group of stakeholders that we've convened together with our core group will be meeting with the high school group in the weeks to come as well to talk about what the high school students are doing to raise the cultural awareness for all stakeholders there and how we can continue to work together with that. So these are some of just the initial steps. I view this as being something that will be a continuous school improvement process or departmental improvement process that'll be ongoing. We have some initial steps to make sure that we are taking steps in the right direction initially, but we will continue to progress with this. This is an issue in District 131 that we want to make sure that there is no racism embedded in District 131. What we can concern ourselves with each and every day is what occurs within our four walls of our buildings, and we're going to make sure that we take the steps to make sure that each and every one of our students and staff members feel safe in this environment. So I just wanted to provide an update of where we're at. I'm thankful that the community leaders have come to talk to us. I'm thankful that we were able to uncover some things that we needed to address due to those conversations, and I look forward to the continued partnership and working together at the table to move the district forward. So I just wanted to take a minute to address that, and that's all I have for superintendent comments this evening. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Moving on to the consent agenda, motion to approve the following consent agenda as listed.
Could I have a point of order? One of the members had asked about an amendment to,
That's all right.
okay,
I'll
you don't
skip
need
it.
that?
No, that's okay.
Okay, you're no
Thank you.
longer seeking that. Okay.
Okay. Do we have a motion?
Second.
Any questions?
I was just gonna thank whoever the bills report has gone down from over 100 pages to 50 pages. Looks like a new system. It's much better. Thank you.
That's the Skyward system, so it should help out a little bit. But as we talked about, board member Lofshy, we have had some issues with that, so it might go up a little bit in the month to come. So just a little preview for you there.
Better. Thank you.
All right, any other questions? Hearing none, Secretary, call the roll, please.
Valencia. Valencia. Cefuentes.
Yes.
Reyes.
Yes.
LaShay.
Yes.
Olivas.
Yes.
Johnson.
All right, moving on to finance and personnel with Ms. Reyes.
Good evening, everyone. Buenas noches a todos. The Finance and Personnel Committee met, one second. We met on Monday, October 6, 2025 at 5:30 p.m. here at the Administrative Center. At the meeting, Dr. Engel presented quite a few things. He started off with donations that were received by the district. He presented the financial reports for August 2025. He also presented information on bank signers, which approves principals, assistant principals, and some administrators as authorized signers on student activity accounts for the district. He also presented 2 proposals for financial consulting services to support long-term projections and financial forecasting. He went over some information to which he said that he would be presenting the recommendation for action during tonight's full Board of Education meeting. He also presented information on the tax levy timeline, bringing forth Ms. Elizabeth Hennessy, who went into even more depth regarding the abatements and just the tax levy in general. Dr. Ballard presented a request for an overload position at Simmons Middle School, citing scheduling challenges that affect students who frequently miss elective courses. Dr. Ballard also presented a request for an emergency authorization to hire a teacher's aide at Oak Park Elementary School for a student that requires one-on-one support. And lastly, he discussed the proposal to develop an administrative procedure manual with the Illinois Association of School Board tied directly to existing board policies. He said that this manual would provide detailed and practical procedures for administrators to effectively implement policy at the building level. He emphasized the importance of transitioning from broader policies to daily protocols, noting that the procedures would be available both digitally and in paper form to support school leaders in real time. And the meeting was adjourned at 6:07 p.m. that day. And we do have one action item. Section 6.B.1, motion to approve the financial consultant agreement with Illuminate Financial Consultant in the amount of $24,000.
So moved.
Any questions? Secretary, call the roll, please.
Cefuentes.
Yes.
Valencia.
Yes.
Olivas.
Yeah.
LaShay.
Yes.
Johnson.
Yes.
Reyes.
Yes. Okay, and the next FMP meeting will meet on November 3rd at 5:30 PM here in the Administrative Center. And that concludes my report.
Thank you. All right, moving on to curriculum and programs with Mr. Olivas.
Thank you. We had our curriculum meeting this evening. I will give a full report of these minutes on the November 3rd meeting. And our next curriculum meeting will be November 17 at 6 PM here at the Admin Center. That completes my report.
Thank you. Moving on to building and grounds with Mr. Lofshay.
Thank you. We had a meeting here on October 6th at 6 o'clock. First thing we talked about was the serving lines at Waldo and East Aurora High School and Coward are inoperable, and Mr. Allen is and the architects have figured out it'd be cheaper to replace them than to repair them, so they're going to go out to bid for that. The city of Aurora notified us there may be some lead in our water, and it's been a little while since we've tested it, so Mr. Allen is going to come up with a schedule to test the water regularly with the buildings and grounds people. Staff laptops, there are 4 to 5-year-old laptops, so we are gonna, we went out to bid. They went out to bid for laptops. We got 3 bids, and that will be an action item tonight. Waldo Stage, we went out to bid for the Waldo Stage to build a new stage there, and that'll be another action item we can talk about. High school stadium scoreboard, the high school stadium scoreboard's broken. It's in a weird spot, so we're looking into fix that. We're gonna use the net that we have to kind of shield it, but Mr. Allen's gonna see if what we can do to replace that, maybe get some sponsors and things like that to offset the costs. We need a new tractor and a new skid steer. They are in really bad shape, so the committee authorized them to go out to bid for used ones. So that's going to be action items as well for up to $25,000 for the tractor and $30,000 for the skid steer. And we talked about disposal of personal property, IT, and using that for parts and whatever we would dispose of, and same with the testing protocols. And then finally, we talked about the work order summary, which seems to be doing okay. So we have some action items. The first is, do we have a motion to approve the staff laptop replacement proposal from Dell Inc. in the amount of $625,928?
So moved.
Second.
Any questions? Secretary, go ahead.
Sorry, quick question. And I know I already know the answer, but who's being replaced? What staff members are being replaced with these laptops?
These laptops are slated to be middle school instructional staff administrators, high school instructional staff and administrators, and any remaining from that will go through other administrators in the district. Next year around this time, we'll do the elementary version of it and do the same thing for the elementary. We'll start to get on a better schedule to be able to do this every couple of years, half the fleet instead of all at one time.
Was it 400 laptops? Is that the number?
We currently have 1,500 staff laptops. This is 800 units.
800, okay, got it.
Yes, and the remainders that we collect back this year, we'll be able to keep the other existing ones alive for longer. It's become really costly to repair some of the repairs that do happen with age and time. So this is a better use of those devices, and they will not go unused. We'll get another year or two out of the devices that we're collecting back, but they're starting to fall apart at a quicker rate than we can sustain effectively.
Another quick question, Andy. Once we are replacing these, and if they're no value to us, what happens to those laptops? How do we reuse them, or what do we do with them?
So the, excuse me, the ones we're collecting back, we'll start collecting back as soon as we get the new ones. They'll be used for parts and replacements to keep the others alive until this time next year. Any of the remainders we take back, a lot of them will still have some useful life to them. There are some special ed laptops that are even older, so we'll probably filter out the special ed laptops, send them off to the recycler or resale, and use these laptops we're collecting to get another couple of years out of them, and those special ed contractor hands is generally what they are. Thank you.
And that's number 5 in our action items, to dispose of laptops, IT.
All right, any other questions? Secretary, call the roll, please.
Lofshay,
Yes.
Reyes,
Yes.
Olivas,
Yes.
Johnson,
Yes.
Cefuentes.
Yes.
Valencia.
Yes.
Next is, we need a motion to approve the Waldo Stage audiovisual and lighting proposal to Sharp Business Systems in the amount of $157,900.
So move.
Second.
Any questions? Secretary call the roll, please.
Reyes?
Yes.
LaShay?
Yes.
Johnson?
Yes.
Valencia?
Yes.
Cefuentes?
Yes.
Olivas?
Yes.
Next, we need a motion to approve the Director of Buildings and Grounds or designee to place a bid and/or purchase a used tractor not to exceed 25,000.
So moved.
Second.
Any questions? Secretary call the roll, please.
Valencia?
Yes.
Cefuentes?
Yes.
Olivas?
Yes.
Reyes?
Yes.
Johnson?
Yes.
LaShay?
Yes. Next, we need a motion to approve the Director of Buildings and Grounds or designee to place a bid and/or purchase a used skid steer not to exceed $30,000.
So move.
Second.
Any questions? Secretary call the roll, please.
Cefuentes?
Yes.
Valencia?
Yes.
Olivas?
Yes.
Johnson?
Yes.
Reyes?
Yes.
LaShay?
Yes. Next, we need a motion to approve the resolution for sale of personal property technology.
Second.
Any questions? Secretary call the roll, please.
Reyes?
Yes.
Valencia?
Yes.
Johnson?
Yes.
LaShay?
Yes.
Cefuentes?
Yes.
Olivas?
Yes.
Finally, we need a motion to approve the resolution for disposal of personal property, student services testing protocols.
So move.
Second.
Any questions? Hearing none. Secretary call the roll, please.
Valencia?
Yes.
LaShay?
Yes.
Johnson?
Yes.
Reyes?
Yes.
Cefuentes?
Yes.
Olivas?
Yes.
Next meeting is Monday, November 3rd at 6 PM right here. That's concludes the report. Back to you.
Thank you, Mr. LaShay. Now, we are going into executive session for the purpose of discussing pending litigation and the appointment, employment, performance, and compensation and dismissal of a specific employee.
So move.
Second.
Secretary call the roll, please.
Valencia?
Yes.
Cefuentes?
Yes.
Olivas?
Yes.
Reyes?
Yes.
Johnson?
Yes.
LaShay?
Yes.
And there will be action. Motion to reconvene from executive session.
So moved.
Second.
Secretary call the roll, please. Yes.
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 All right, we've got a action item, motion to approve the general release of claims
So move.
by Lori Campbell as reviewed in closed session and authorized board signatures.
So move.
Second.
Any questions? Secretary call the roll, please.
Reyes?
Yes.
Valencia?
Yes.
Johnson?
Yes.
LaShay?
Yes.
Cefuentes?
Yes.
Yes.
Motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Secretary call the roll, please. Yes.
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 Reyes?
Yes.
Yes.
We are adjourned. 7:50.